What's going on, everybody? It's Joe Giunta with Trend Trading Academy. I'm here to help you trade and get paid. We're back with another reaction video. We got another student. We're about to introduce him right now. He was brave enough, after seeing the last one, he was brave enough to send in his trade setup for me to analyze, to react to. I have not watched it yet. We're about to watch it right now. And, we're about to see what it is. So if these videos are bringing you value and you're enjoying watching me react to these trade setups, go ahead and hit that like button. Make sure that your notifications are turned on so that you're able to see every time we drop more content. And let's push this channel up to 75,000. We're at 50, almost 60,000 now. I think we can get to 75,000. That's the next big goal. So if you're willing to help me get there, let's get there and let's do this thing together, all right? And if you want to be a student and you send your trade setups too, you know what I'm saying? You got to be part of TTA. So make sure you go in the description, the link to my website, trendtrading.academy. Become a student. Don't miss out because we got a lot of value. You think this is fire? Wait till you see what's going on inside the classroom. For now, let's get to this reaction.
Have faith in your mind, have faith in your brain, invest in yourself, transform in your time. Have faith in your mind, have faith in your brain, invest in yourself, transform in your time. When you trade and get paid, 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 oh yeah, trade and get paid, trade and get paid.
All right, guys, so I'm sitting here. I'm about to react. Let me introduce, it's Jordan Claxton. So Jordan, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the, to the reaction series. You were brave. You stepped out and you did your video. You sent it in and now I'm about to react to it. Jordan is a longtime TTA subscriber, a member. He's been around TTA for actually quite a while. So I'm expecting, because I've been in class and he's been in my class for a while. So I'm expecting that he knows what he's talking about. So, Jordan, if you don't know what you're talking about, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you doing in my class, bro? You ain't paying attention? So, all right. But hey, check this out. Let's jump into it. Jordan Claxton. Let's roll this trade setup. All right. So before I even press play, first off, I'm looking at Jay's house in this video. The first thing I'm seeing in this video is Jay's house. So I gotta know. I don't even know what I'm looking at, but let's see what's going on here.
Thou should not scam. Thou should not scam. You feel me?
He said, "Hold, bro. Thou shalt not scam." He took a. He took a little TTA disclaimer from Jay's video. He said, "Thou shalt not scam." Man, look, y'all scammers better quit, man. Why y'all don't just learn how to trade? I'm so tired of you scammers. But hey, Jordan knows what time it is, man. These scammers out here trying to hit somebody. If you have anybody reach out to you on social media, YouTube, they put it in the comments, we want to talk to Mr. So-and-so on WhatsApp. Man, you already know that's a scam. We ain't on no WhatsApp. We ain't on out there talking to nobody on no WhatsApp. So what I want you to do is just, if you see that stuff, report it. If it's an IG account or a Facebook account that is acting like it's me, if it's reaching out to you in the inbox, you already know it's a scam. So just ask Jordan, man. He knows what time it is. Look, report that stuff. We don't do that. Everything we do is on our website, trendtrading.academy. We ain't hitting you on IG. We ain't hitting you on WhatsApp. We post on our Facebook, Instagram, whatever. But we're not reaching out to nobody. Me and Jay, Robert, we are not coming into your inbox asking you to send us money. We don't do that. If anybody does that, it ain't me. It ain't Jay. It ain't Robert. All right. So little disclaimer. Let's go back and watch that one more time for the folks that need to see it.
Thou should not scam. Thou should not scam. You feel me?
Thou should not scam. Thou should not scam.
Yo, how's it going, everyone? I hope everyone's doing well. Joe, thank you so much, buddy, for having me on your channel tonight. I really appreciate this opportunity, and I think it'll be really nice to kind of give you insight into how I mark up these charts and how I see the market.
Jordan gonna have me talking like that, man. Be like, you know, this opportunity, you know, like I can't do it real good, but that's a contagious accent. You know, you hear somebody talk like that, and you just be like talking like that, like you watching a movie or something. So I already know this is gonna be a real interesting video. You know, you hearing that accent, I feel like I'm watching James Bond or something, you know. So Jordan, man, bring the heat, bro. Bring the heat. Let's go.
These charts and how I see the market. And I think it's going to be educational for everyone. So with that being said, guys, I'm Jordan. I've been with TTA for a while now. And I want to give a little bit of a disclaimer, okay?
Yeah,
I don't want anybody to just be taking what I'm saying today and then just running to your phone, your laptop, and just shoving your live money in these markets, okay? That's not the intention for these videos, okay? I'm hoping this will give people a little bit of insight into...
Man, look, so right off the top, you already know he's been around a while because we tell you, don't just take the trade setup and just run to the charts and start stuffing your live money in an account. You want to know how, you know, make sure you know what you're doing. Make sure you know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, so these are for educational purposes, so you can go and know how to read the charts. You know, so that's fire. We might have to talk, Jordan. Doing it.
The skill set and the mindset behind trading. And if you guys want to treat trading like a business and you want to grow your own skill set, all right, TTA is going to be the best place for you, okay? I have the utmost appreciation for Jay, Joe, and Robert on what they've been able to provide for me and how much of a changed person I am because I've joined the account.
That's why we do this, guys. That's why we have TTA. People that have been around, they come in, they find value, and it changes. It's not just about trading. If you remember a TTA, really, you see it on YouTube as well. I mean, we give a lot of value on YouTube, and you know, my passion comes out, Jay's passion. But, you know, on TTA, man, we're giving a whole new level of transparency, and we talk about other stuff besides trading. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not uncommon for us to have a session on TTA where maybe a portion of a class or something like that, where we're giving you some life applicable skills. You know what I mean? We're talking about, you know, just, you know, even, I mean, we've gotten into some deep stuff, man, forgiveness. And I mean, it's wild, man. It's like, you know, we really are just doing life together, man. It's like one big family in there. So, yeah, appreciate you, Jordan. TTA is a spot for everybody.
Stop being stubborn with myself. I started learning the skill set and I'm never looking back. So, with that being said, let's go right into my setup, all right? So we're on GA. This is one of the pairs I trade. This is Joe's baby.
Yes, it is.
We can see we've got a teacup, okay? We can see this rounded bottom. We've got the handle, and we're looking to fill the cup.
So he's been in my class because we've been talking about that. If you look on the daily or the weekly chart, you know, GA formed that teacup. Even I've talked about it on YouTube in my Forex forecast series on Sundays, I mean. You know, so we've been talking about that. So you can see he's been in my class a little bit, and he understands what we're talking about.
So I'll just want to be marking out a key level here, okay? Joe knows where I'm going with this. So this 84 level, we can see in the past has been tested over and over again for years, all right? And then we had the breakout. Level. We kind of held, but we had COVID.
184 to 184.5 is probably the most critical level for GBP AUD period. 184 to 184.5 is like literally the most critical level in the entire pair.
We had this monstrous drop, and we've been forever testing it until we broke and formed us the handle of this move, right? So I'm going to be dissecting the actual handle itself because it's going to be really important for the trade I took. Okay, this might have been back in August, but it helped.
See, something small like that is so fire because what he did was he's doing top-down analysis without having to go to the different chart, right? So he basically said, here's the big picture, here's the teacup, now let's just analyze the handle. So Kyle last week talked about top-down analysis and narrowed down. If you go back and watch that video, I'll put it up top. if you go back and watch that video, Kyle showed you how we capture candles down in a small place, right? We rather than looking at a big area of the market, we want to look at a smaller area. Well, Jordan is doing the same exact thing, except rather than just having marks, to map it down, well, he did it through patterns. He found a teacup and said, let's just analyze the handle of the cup. We already had the teacup. Now let's analyze the handle and how we can trade off the handle. So, man, that's fire, bro. Yeah, analyzing those charts like that, it gives you the understanding of being able to, come from a pattern, and now we're focusing on how we can trade in a much smaller time, in a much smaller zone, rather than focusing on the whole chart. So that's fire, bro. Good way to do that.
It guided me. It helped me to understand this bigger move, and then I was able to take advantage of this smaller move. Okay, it's really important for you guys to understand what the market's been doing, so you can react to certain areas, especially these supply and demand areas, like I'm going to be marking for you now.
To the fib.
So if you ever see price come back to them areas, then it gives you more of a clear understanding about where you are, right? So we've got this supply zone. Yeah, I've marked that from my fib.
So you see how he did that. The first thing he did was he gathered where the supply is at, right? He dropped the fib and showed you where the supply zone was. Here's where supply came and filled the demand from the previous demand. And so now we know where that level is and we can trade from that. So he marked that out. That's fine.
So from this area, we had extension, correction, extension. If you guys are familiar with Elliott wave theory, this is so clean. We had from high to low.
Very clean.
We had that golden zone rejection and a drop. And 1, 2, and this third wave was the longest one, right?
So I could already see, bro. I could already see where Jordan is going with this. He is killing it, because if you're looking at a handle as an Elliott wave and you start to see the confluence right there, and you're seeing these things come together, an Elliott wave is super powerful. So I'm interested to see how he's going to trade this. Now, you already know if he's talking about Elliott wave, then he's talking about a bearish move, right? Because the Elliott wave would be coming, first wave, correction, extension, the big one, and then another correction, and then the fifth wave would be at minimum the same size as the first wave, at minimum. And it could be up to the third wave or longer, but technically we like to try to get on an Elliott wave about the same size as wave 1 on wave 5. So that's fire.
Really clean and a really healthy looking market. But if we have a look...
Hold on, let's go back and make sure that we didn't miss nothing what he's saying right there.
So in the textbook grand scheme of things, this is really clean and a really healthy looking market. But if we have a look at the fib level from here to here...
So he's dropping another fib.
And we draw out our golden zone. Okay,
that's simple. That's easy.
Price moved there, kind of stalled, but broke through and held. We didn't break the previous high. Okay, so let's have a look at the fib level from this low to high.
So now he's showing you staggered zones, which I teach that in my class. He's showing you staggered zones, and he's basically showing you how multiple zones come into one spot on top of a key level. And when you see that, that's crazy, because either it's gonna reject and not be able to break through all that, or if it does reject, or if it does break through, I mean, it's breaking through big time. Like, it ain't about to just break through with no little 2 pips, 10 pips. Like, if it breaks through like that, like on a big zone like that, where you have staggered zones from the multiple moves, and then you have that at a key level, that thing's about to break. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what he's talking about.
Are you guys starting to notice something?
Yep, there it is. Staggered zone.
When price is coming back, okay, we've got the golden zone from this move and the golden zone from this move right above our key area.
What did I just say? The golden zone right above the key area. So he's literally telling you what I just said, right? Jordan been in my class.
Okay, price has just broken and tested it, but we've broken through. right? We've broken through and we've shown some very strong movement, and we've came straight back to that area right here.
Yep, so that's solid. So you see how he narrowed his zone? He narrowed his zone. He went from the supply zone, but now rather than having to go all the way back up to supply zone, he narrowed it down based on the current move. That's fire. Again, another technique to narrow down and capture candles within a smaller zone so that you're not looking at massive amounts of information to try to make a sniper decision. You know, we don't want to have shotgun where everything is all over the place and we just kind of shoot aimlessly and we just hope something sticks. When we're looking at entries, we want to have sniper precision and not just scattered information. So that's how we do it. That's fire.
So that's where we've come to. It's created this supply zone from here. Okay, look how fast prices drop from that area. But now we're coming back and we've got these two golden zones kind of stacked together right above this zone. So what's that telling us? If price is going to be breaking this, it's going to have to have a lot of move behind it. And we looked previously, we've got really strong bullish move. So we're going to have to put things together, right? Because if we do have a break to the downside, then we have to see a lot of confirmation to do so. But if we break bullish, we know this could just be a retracement, but it's about knowing when to take this sort of position. But if we're in a situation like...
Look at that candle, how that came down, and it broke through both golden zones and then dead stopped on this key level. Dead stop. It literally broke down. Notice how when it came down through those two little golden zones right there, notice how it didn't look like it did before on the previous down move on the third wave. How it came down, you know, in very small candles and very, you know, sideways, not sideways, but small, involatile type of movement. Now you had a big push up, and look at it now, how it's breaking through with big, big candles. Big candles, not no little moves, big candles. Why? Because it has to gather momentum. If you're coming off of a supply area like that and you're pushing through major force, the sellers already know if we're going to do this, we got to do this. We got to make a decision and we got to put full force behind this move. So big candles happen quick. Everybody, all the sellers, they made their decision. They're getting in. Boom. Everything's done. That's fire.
This price isn't going to be moving as healthy, right? It's told you how healthy this was. Well, when you're in a situation like this, price is not going to be moving as healthy. As you can see here, we're going to be bouncing between these areas, right? And that's what price is going to do. Most likely, but when we do see price break, we're going to see some strong movement.
Nice.
Like that.
So
okay, it's about 100
back
pips,
up to the upside.
right? So now we understand that. I'm hoping that gives you guys a bit of insight about when you're in these sorts of situations. You need to look out for, you know, if you're going to be trading within this sort of area. Okay, it's not my style, but it's about knowing when the market's ready.
So you see how price just pushed all the way back up to the top. So essentially, we had sellers came all the way down, and then the buyers came back in and took the market back up to that key level, and he right where he marked that line. That's fire. So this could work one of two ways for you. If you were biased and already in thinking it's a sell, that's it, I'm in. Well, you might have just got hit hard for that, you know. But if you go back and look, that initial push right here, the big three candles right there was probably right in the same range as what the first wave on that Elliott wave was. And now we start seeing it come back up to form a pattern, and you see that rejection at the top. Look at that, how it stopped dead on his line like that. So let's see what happens. Let's see what he's talking about.
Rejection. And we want to see how price is now reacting to this area when it comes back to that supply zone. And that's why I said it was really important to understand. If I draw a fib to this, okay, we didn't break the actual top of this move, okay? But price did come back to the 38.2. So we've retraced there. What's that telling us? Price is still most likely going bullish. So we know that. Price is back at that zone.
Push right back up.
And that's what we are looking out for. So it brings me into my trade setup, okay?
So what he did was he didn't allow bias to make him think bears, right? So everything that we thought, right? Everything we were looking at. If this is going to break through bearish, then we're talking about a major move. But we saw those major moves start happening, but we didn't allow it to, give us bias because that key level supported it. So now it pushed all the way back up, and he could easily trade right out of that golden zone right back to the top, or even back up to supply, however however his trade plan is set up for that. But this is solid analysis because this is the stuff that keeps you out of trouble. Rather than, okay, I see big candles, let's sell. No, let's see what the key levels are talking about. And we're still on a daily time frame too. That's the other thing you got to think about. We're still on a daily time frame, so we're really not entering on the daily for no scalp or no day trade. That would be massive swing trades. So this is solid analysis, solid stuff.
So it brings me into my trade setup. Okay.
Oh, now he said.
So I'm watching how price.
He said, after all of that, now let me go to my trade setup. Now let me give you the trade setup. Man, you sound like me, bro.
So reacting from that supply zone, we're showing it's losing steam.
All right, so it comes back down, breaks back below.
And how is price reacting at this previous key zone? Okay, so let's take a look. Boom. Okay, it brings me into my setup. Okay, so I'm going to be drawing a trend line from this wick up here. Can you guys see? I've had touch, the trend. We got low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. This is a confirmed trend line. People need to understand, okay, you can't just be drawing trend lines willy-nilly everywhere. Okay, you have to have a confirmation if it's a trend line. Okay, it's called trend for a reason. So
all of that to get the trend line on the daily, and now he's going down to the 4 hours. So let's see what he's talking about.
Now we're at that sort of area where price is sort of creating this support and resistance area. Okay,
next key level
so
on the 4 hour,
we want to watch how price is forming. Is it going to be forming some sort of pattern for me, like a reversal pattern, a continuation, or are we going to be creating a base pattern? Okay, that's what's important to look for.
So he's looking for the breakout zone. What he's doing right now is he's captured, you saw that, the big cup and handle. Let's focus on the handle. Now we took the handle, key level to supply zone, bring that down, captured it down a little further. Then he hit the trend line, captured it down even further, brought it to the 4 hour, put his structure line on his next key level on the 4 hour there, and captured it down even further. And now we're only looking at a very small range rather than that big area. And now he's talking about base patterns, which, that's a whole nother video. And you can watch my video up here where I teach you about base patterns. But that's fire because that brings you to a point where you can start bringing yourself to look for the breakout zones. So that's good.
So we can see price is continuously making that base for me. So I'm going to be marking out its support. So we got support area right
Narrow
here.
Down a little further.
That's where it's formed. Okay.
This is solid.
My style of trading. Okay, I'm a retest trader, so I'm going to be waiting for price to break, and I'm going to be waiting for an hour break.
Yeah,
and
1 hour.
if it's during London, I'm going to take it. And
hour.
fortunate enough, this did happen during London. So whoopies for me. So let's have a look
Hold
when
on,
it
bro.
broke.
Hold on now. He said whoopies. Whoopies for me. So he said that the trade happened during London, which is when he trades. So whoopies. He's celebrating. Whoopies. I'm gonna start saying that in class. I'm gonna say Jordan Claxton told me to say whoopies.
Approaching about now. Okay.
All right, that looks good.
So that's a 7 a.m. candle. We got an hour before London. Okay, I'm going to be taking the, I took the 15-minute candle retest. Okay, my stop loss is just above these wicks.
So he's in the trade. We got the breakout, and he's in the trade. He entered on a 15-minute chart. He's in the trade. That's what he just said. And now he's got his stop loss set above the wicks on the 1 hour. So I would have liked for him to show the entry on the 15, but maybe he's going to do that. I don't know.
So our stop loss, and we need to look left at structure. Okay, we need to have a plan about our take profit. So here is my first TP. Okay, this is my, because I can see this wick rejection, I can see rejection here, and because I'm not sure if you guys can see this, this is about a 1-to-1 risk reward. Okay, from where I got into the stop loss is about 1-to-1, and my risk to reward plans usually are 1-to-2. So this is how I executed this trade. Okay, this is my TP1.
Simple.
This is my TP2. When I come to my TP1, I take partial profit, and then I wait to see how price is holding.
He's talking about scaling in and out of a trade. When you start to get to a place where you're hitting profit, you know, you're starting to move more and more away from your stop loss. So it means you got more risk involved. So you got to learn how to scale out of a trade. So that's good understanding.
And then I ride it to TP2 and move my stop loss accordingly to market structure. Okay, just to inform you on that. So I'm going to be going down to the 30-minute chart just to show you how price moved. So my entry was on the 15-minute candle, and I will show you where that is right here. So you can see this area. Okay, I got my retest right where these wicks are. This is my entry. So I had my confirmation of break the trend line. Okay, I saw a base pattern, it broke it, it's holding. There's my edge. I had full knowledge about what the market had been doing. There's my stop loss. I've got TP1 taken, so I've taken partial profit. I'm waiting to see how price is moving. I also see these are important rejection candle confirmations, and also this was very key. So once I saw that, I knew I can continue riding and keep my position open.
So you say, well, why did he? So if you look at this, this is a downtrend. So he's down, right? So high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? Why would he wait all the way down here in the middle of this trend to get into a trade? Well, because if you're in a base, you don't want to take the trade up here, even though that looks solid. You don't want to really take the trade up here, and then it trades into here and then rejects the other way because we have a base. Now, you could have took a little scalp off of that pin bar rejection. That would have been good. You could have took a little scalp, you know, maybe grab 10, 15 pips out of it and run away. But you got structure. There's a lot that you got to break through. Once you get out of that base, you know, it's all falling from there. So that's really good.
So once I saw this, price is still going. And you got to remember, guys, the more my trade is in profit, the more my risk to reward is not working in my favor. So moving this.
That's what he's talking about. The further you go into profit, the further your price is away from your stop loss, which means more risk is involved. Yes, it's house money, but why give it away, right? So Jordan been in my class before, man. I think he's been once or twice.
To break even was essential. So
bro,
you can see.
Are you kidding me? Look at that trade. Look at that trade. Bro, he killed that. Literally smashing take profits, getting momentum behind you, and absolutely destroying this market. Bro, this is fire. Somebody needs to comment below right now. Somebody literally needs to drop a comment right this second with a big, fat, strong arm emoji that says, Jordan, you killed this fire, bro. That's a trade setup. I want somebody right now, stop what you're doing, pause the video, and drop a comment below that says, Jordan, you killed it, bro. That's fire. That's how you take a trade setup. That's how you make risk reward go into your favor and ride the momentum of the base. Bro, salute, bro, to Jordan, man. That's a fire trade setup. That's a fire trade setup.
The price is down here now.
Let me go back so you can miss, because I'm out here. I'm getting excited, bro. He killed that.
So you can see prices down here now.
Oh my God, that break, dude.
And boom, it went straight to my take profit. And that was all during London. And I was out by the time it was about 10 o'clock. So I was in the trade for a few hours, but I'd waited for this for a long time. Usually I'm a scalper and I'm taking positions and I'm in and out. Okay. So guys, I hope that has given you some insight on the mindset behind the trade that I've taken. Hopefully you guys have taken some educational points from my markup. And Joe, thank you so much, buddy. I'm sorry I went on a little longer than I expected, but I hope it was all worth it. And you already know.
Bro, you killed
Let's
it, bro.
make this money, baby. Peace.
He hit him with the J. Wayne. Let's make this money, baby. Peace. Hey, listen, man. That was fire. The only critique that I have for Jordan, really, to be honest with you, is that I would have liked to have seen on the 15-minute chart, you know, what exactly when that candle hit, you know, because I think you guys would have. I can understand what he's saying, and when he said I entered on the 15, I already seen that because I see how the candles move and I understand multiple time frame analysis. But I would have liked him to show the 15 for the benefit of those who maybe don't understand the different time frames. But because he's a little bit more advanced than a beginner, I think that's why he kind of just didn't do that. But outside of that, bro, that is absolute fire, bro. I would say I'll probably give Jordan like a little bit better than an A. I would take away the A++ because he didn't show the 15-minute chart. But from an overall standpoint of what the trade setup was and the analysis, man, A+ for analysis. And just overall, that was fire, bro. So really great job on that, Jordan. And you know, guys, YouTube, shout out Jordan one more time because that was fire. He gave you a lot of good content right there. All right, guys, there you have it. That was a fire video. Jordan, shout out to you one more time. Y'all drop some comments below. Let Jordan know he did a great job. Let me know what you think about these reaction videos. I'm trying to give you content in a way that you'll get a hold of it and understand it. If it's bringing you value, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, get notified. Make sure you're liking with the notifications on because that's important. You'll be able to see all the content I got coming. A lot of fire content coming. I told you 2022 was going to be a much greater year for my content for this channel, and I hopefully everything so far has been educational and valuable to you. I'm trying to give you guys the best value I can, and so I hope you like it. If you want to become a student at Trend Trading Academy, just go click the link. It's in the description. Become a student. Join the community. We got a lot of great things going on in there. And of course, if you want to get that Trading Get Paid merch, get that drip, get that trading journal, go to tradinggetpaid.com and get your merch today. And before you go, click on that video right over there because that's going to help you, bring you more value on how to grow your account. For now, I'll see you in the next video.